Yo, what is up guys, Genius X here, and today we have our first Sun and Moon League and our week 1 battle along with it. So, I haven't been doing a lot of league lately because most of them have died down, and my good friend Sunderflight decided to make a Sun and Moon League, and yeah, so basically this is our first ever Sun and Moon League that I've joined. And I felt like it would be a great opportunity to record some videos, and as far as I've seen, it's not going to be dying down anytime soon. So, I'm not going to talk too much, and just going to give you a quick preview of my draft and who my first opponent is. So, you're probably seeing some really familiar faces such as Thunderflight, Sand, and of course me. But as you can see, I have a Landorus T, Necrozoma, Megamedicine, Mammothine, Permanent Tentacle, Alola Ninetales, Rotom C, Rockfish, Beartic Swallow, and Archeops. So I have a really cool Hail Core and Ninetales and Beartic, but my main idea when drafting was pretty much just draft most things that countered Mega Medicham, such as Landorus and Necrozoma and Bruckfish and Salamence to extent, and basically so my opponent has no walls that can wall Mega Medicham. So our first opponent is Sand, who has a really good draft in my opinion. He has a Genesect and a Garchomp, and in my opinion Genesect should be banned, but yeah, with the right coverage Genesect pretty much just deals with everything on my team, so it was a really scary opponent to face. But let us get straight into the game. So right here we have Sand on white, oops, sorry about that. Sand on our side and this side, and then me on the other side. As you can see, I bought Landorus T, a little Ninetales, Mega Medicham, Necrozoma, Mammothine, and Tentacle, and he bought Mega Slowbro, Golurk, Genesect, Dhelmise, Carbonivore, and Primarina. So we're gonna start the battle, and I'm gonna switch sides. Sorry about the dimensions. I'm using a different software to record for this video only, so it will be back soon enough. So he is going to start off with a Mega Slowbro here, and as I start off with my Landorus, and I just go for the U-turn straight into my Ninetales. So basically what I did here was I expected the Genesect lead, and I was actually Yashe Berry's HP Fire, I believe, because yeah, so to tank the Ice Beam and then kill it with HP Fire, so that was my mentality. But he actually leads with Slowbro, so I decided to go straight into my Ninetales because Scald isn't going to do much and I can set up Aurora Veil or do anything I want. So, I actually packed Freeze Dry on this thing, so we do a very solid amount to Slowbro as he goes for a Slack Off. So Slack Off doesn't heal enough and Hail is going to chip him, so I made a really aggressive play here and went for the HP Fire and Cash caught the Genesect, which in my opinion, pretty much just set the tone of the game right there. Because Genesect was the only thing even threatening me in a devastating state because of how it just killed everything. Like it killed Landorus with Ice Beam. It killed Ninetales with Iron Head. It kills Necrozoma with Bug Stab. Mammothron with a Steel Stab. Tentacle is probably the only thing that can wall him, but he probably has coverage for that as well. So I made the aggressive play and it paid off, and I feel like that just kind of set the tone of the battle right there. So we managed to take out the Genesects, and he goes into his Carbonivore. I decided to go into my next drone as a safe switch as he goes for the Crab Hammer, probably expecting my Landorus? I don't know. He does go into Primarina as I just fire off a Psychic here. It does a decent amount. I'm going to go for the safe switch into my Tentacle as he goes for a Z-Power Oceanic Operetto, which does 0 because my Tentacle is max speed F. Goes back into Slowbro as I set up my Toxic Spikes. Toxic Spikes actually really good this game because I can poison all the rest of his members and it can just wear them down intensely as he has a lot of bulky mons such as Dhelmise, Slowbro, and Golurk. So I go into my Ninetales as he goes for a Slack Off, goes back to full. He knows I have Free Drive, but so I decided to go for the Aurora Veil to get off a light screen and a reflect, and just decided to sack my Ninetales right there. I could have gone into my Necrozoma here there, but that was just kind of wasting my screen's turn, so I decided to just sack my Ninetales anyway. It didn't do much, and now I can just go into my Medicham, and I was sub Medicham, so I decided to go for the substitute, and I can pretty much just 2-hit KO the Slowbro with Thunder Punch, I believe, was the poison. Yeah, so I 2-hit 2 HKO the Slowbro with the poison, and because of the Aurora, we are able to tank that spell without breaking our substitute, and we are able to take down our Slowbro, take down Sand's Slowbro, which is really, really nice. This goes into its Dhelmise. I decided to go for the Ice Punch, and it does a solid 85% as it goes for Shadow Claw, and takes my sub out. And I decided to just take his Dhelmise out here. So, Medicham putting in a lot of work. So, I went for the substitute here because I was expecting him to double into the Golurk, expecting me to go for the high jump kick to into the Ghost type and then weakening me. So I just actually decided to go for the substitute because there was no reason for him to go out into Carbonable there. But I do not get the right, and he actually misses his Crab Hammer, so really unfortunate for him there. So I decided to go for the substitute again so he can break my sub. So there isn't too much unfair play there, but the play wasn't really necessary. I killed him with Thunder Punch anyways. So it goes into Golurk, and I just go into Landorus T here and pretty much just finish the game. This goes for a Shadow Punch, that's 39%. Nah. I believe I go into Mammal here. So basically my mentality was that it was going to go for something like the EQ, and I can get the Intimidate off, and I actually don't have anything to hit this Golurk on my Landorus, I believe, so I had to double back into Mammal Sign. So go for a Rock Polish, really interesting. Earthquake is only 53%, and we are able to take it out with the Earthquake of our own. And I was Scarf, I believe? But that was kind of scary because he could have packed Superpower. But if he did have Superpower, then Necrozoma just cleaned up the game. So just to be safe, I decided to go into my Tentacle just to get the differential and take this Primarina out with 2 Sludge Bombs. So that was going to be our week 1 game against Sand, a really, really fast and cool game. I already fought my week 2 battle already, and I am battling my week 3 in a few days, which is probably one of the scariest opponents I'm going to have to face, but I'm going to keep that secret. So, as you can see, this is my first ever Sun and Moon League, so I am really, really excited, and hope you enjoyed this video.